So weird.
So pull up the worksheet for today on Schoology, and then get out a sheet of paper, and I'm going to do like the first few with you, kind of get you started. Show you what we're doing.
That's my fault. I will take it. Responsibility for that.
I think I already got it. Alright, spot please. Stop talking. So your job is to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept of this line. I'm going to graph it. It looks something like that, but I don't want you to worry about the graph right now. All I want you to understand is we're trying to find, like, that point right there is where it crosses the x-axis, and that point right there is where it crosses the y-axis. That's what we're looking for. And eventually we'll start graphing these two. But to find the x-intercept, you plug in 0 for y. So you're always going to plug in 0 for the opposite variable that you're looking for. So if you're looking for the x-intercept, you're going to plug in 0 for y. If you're looking for the y-intercept, you're going to plug in 0 for x. So the x-intercept, I plug in 0 for y. So I go back to my original equation, and I put 0 in for the opposite variable that I'm looking for. The reason for that is if I'm on the x-axis, my y value has to be 0 because I didn't go up or down at all. Which may or may not make sense, but that's okay. So I write down my equation, x-intercept, I plug in 0 for y, and then I'm going to solve it. So how would I solve this? I'd probably add 1 to both sides, so like move the 1 over. And then divide by 1 or divide by 3? Divide by 3 because you want to divide by the letter next to the variable. And you'll get x equals 1/3. Now here's the tricky part. I don't know if it's tricky. Here's the part that seems to be screwing people up. I want to write my answer as a coordinate, like x comma y. So x is what I just found. And what's y? It's 0. Because didn't I I forced it to be 0, didn't I? Didn't I decide that? So 0, and then that's your answer. That's your x-intercept. But you're only done with half the problem. You gotta do the y-intercept too. But you're good. That was good. So x-intercept, plug in 0 for y, write it down, solve it, and then you write it as an ordered pair. Or a coordinate. So y-intercept, plug in 0 for x. So again, I've got my y equals 3x minus 1. That's just rewriting the equation. So you're always going to plug in 0 for the opposite variable. So when I was looking for x-intercept, I put a 0 in place of the y. If I'm looking for the y-intercept, I put a 0 in for the x. And then there's nothing to solve there. I just got to work that out. So what's 3 times 0? 0 and 0 minus 1 is -1. But then you've got to write it as a coordinate. So remember, it's got to be x then y. So in this one we just did here, what's x? It's 0. Good, because that's what we put there, right? And then the y is, bless you, -1, because that's what we found. So what can I go over again? Where are you getting lost? What doesn't make sense? Where'd this come from? What the hell are you doing here? What's happening? Everybody gets it? Do you know where everybody's good? Okay. Anything I can help with on this one before I'll do a couple more, but. Alright? Alright, let's let's go on to number 2. Same stuff. So for x-intercepts, if I want the x-intercept, I plug in 0 for which variable? Y. So I always do the other one. So I'm going to take that original equation and just put a 0 where the y used to be. Good there? That's like the lesson, basically, just that one piece. Add 4 to both sides to solve. So I get like 4 equals 5x. Then divide both sides by 4 or by 5? By 5 because you want to cancel. So you get x equals 4/5. You feel real proud of yourself, and you should because you're almost there, but you're not quite there. You got to write it as a coordinate. So I need the answer as x comma y. So what's x? The 4/5 that we just found, and what's y? Because that's what we put in place of y. Good job. Questions there? Try to find the y-intercepts, and then I'll go through in a second, and we'll see if you got it. Well, like I'm getting get to like here. Mr. Wally, you need something? Okay. Okay. Shh. Wait, what? She can find. Like. So for the y-intercept, I take this equation, but I plug in 0 for x. So y equals 5 times 0 minus 4. And then there's nothing to solve there. It's just like work it out.
Yeah.
So this will give me -4. Please don't talk. Please don't talk. And then remember, you got to tell me x comma y. So what's x in this for the y-intercept? What's x? It's 0. And we forced it to be that, and then the y is what we found. How many had 0, -4 there for the y-intercept? That's not like a lot of people. I'm just trying to understand. I want to know if you guys understand it or not.
Oh, I understand.
Do this. Thumbs up means I fully understand. Thumbs down means I don't have a clue. Sideways is in the middle. Don't flip me up. Cool. Okay. If I can help, let me know. Otherwise, I just want you to do the first 12.
Oh.
There's like 24 on there. It's a lot. 12. Just do 12. First 12. Yo. What if what?